All right, guys, welcome back to the show. You know how sometimes good things can become bad and how sometimes bad things can become good? Well, on the charts on BTC, I'm seeing something bad becoming something good, potentially, right? I have to say this because of probability. Where we are right now, currently in the market, hovering around the $69,000, $68,000 level, even going as close to 70,000. I think we've tried to peak above that. Something good is actually happening while we're in a bad situation. So the bad situation is we've been moving sideways, and the sideways range is quite deep, right? It's a big range, right? When you look at it, we went as low as I think it was $60,000 previously, good few days ago, if not a few weeks ago, to where we are now, and almost 71,000, 72,000, 71,000, I would say. And that's created a range for us, right? And that range is not a good range. We don't like price ranges. And what we want to see is a breakout trend forming. But unfortunately, remember on another video I did recently, I'm not sure if it was the last one or the one before that, I clearly mentioned that on the daily, it doesn't look good. It's a bad pattern. I mean, we should have had a bull flag, which most people may identify when they look at the chart. They would say, oh, this looks like a bull flag, but it's not. It's a bad pattern. But that bad pattern is now becoming kind of a little bit of a bull flag, right? Not entirely because of the high we had about 4 or 5 days ago. That kind of invalidates, again, the bullish things. But yeah, we're moving sideways, right? Weekly, we're not looking that good. On the 8 hours, on the 4 hours, we're not looking that good, to be honest, right? But this is when technicals kind of fails, right? So we sometimes have to use technicals. Like myself, I would use technicals, but this particular time I can't even look at technicals. It's like there's nothing there, absolutely nothing there, right? I could scour through the time frames. I'll go to 2 days, 3 days, 5 days and connect the dots, but they're useless, right? We're looking at specific time frames to get the rough idea of what the market wants to do, and so far it's showing only bearish signs. But big but, right? So the but is the good thing that's forming right now is on the weekly. So when you start looking on the weekly, there is a massive bull flag forming on the weekly, and what we've done is actually perfect, right? If we didn't do what we did, like we got rejected from the 73,000 whatever, and then now we've created these kind of lower highs, and that's quite good. Even a low is quite good because that gives us the pattern we're looking for over a larger period of time. That means there's a big move coming, and the big move could push us. So I'm still bullish. I still feel the bull run may not be on yet, right? But the bull market is still on, right? So that's what you got to understand. The difference between a bull market and a bull run, right? So the bull run maybe not happening. It's kind of a fake out, nothing much happening. People getting wrecked with all their leverages because obviously the greedy people are getting done. But anyone who's buying spot, best opportunities, they're holding tight, they're doing okay, right? And I know a bunch of spot buyers, I've mentioned it on videos as well, who bought it at $62,000, $64,000, and this is when we pumped to those levels. They even bought at I think someone bought at $70,000. So you can imagine these are guys who are holding, they have conviction, they're doing okay, right? Ethereum, I'm not going to say much about because Ethereum is kind of following BTC, right? Really not happening. One coin I am disappointed with is Solana. Solana is giving every single sign that is saying is bearish, all right? Everything. I'm stuck in traffic right now, hence why you're probably seeing me drive. Solana is giving signs that we're kind of bearish. In fact, today's candle is a lower low, all right? That's not a good sign. Basically, this is the level we cannot cross below, and we kind of are crossing below, which is not a good thing, guys, to say the truth, right? It is not a good thing. However, if this, unfortunately it doesn't form into a bull flag, but if it did form into a bull flag, this would have definitely been a good zone for us to actually go parabola or even open a long trade. But right now with the market structure, everything looks kind of risky. But I do, like, as I said, if this was a bullish pattern, right, now I can go to the stochastic RSI and RSI and things will be different, right? So based on the stochastic RSI and RSI on the daily, it is bullish, to be honest, right? It is bullish. This is the time to enter, hold, and see where we go. Because even on that, we've created lower lows, right? So when you're looking at that lower lows, that means the market is resetting right now and we're ready to pump, right? But when you look at support and resistance levels, unfortunately, this is the final support, because after that, we're going down to 136. There is no other support. There's no good support. I mean, 136 to 140, that's it. So if we did collapse from here, we're going down. Do you know what I mean? So we've got to look at that. And of course, the entire market's kind of following what BTC is doing. And it's quite funny. I look at BTC and I see a lot of people with a lot of fear, which is good for the market, right? A lot of fear which is good for the market. But the fun part they don't realize is people are now fearful with BTC above the $68,000, above the $69,000 level, right? They should have been fearful when we were like at the 73,700 to be precise. They should have been fearful there, but they wasn't, right? It is quite funny. So when the FOMO kicks in, everybody's obviously hyped up. Everyone's all ready to go and kick ass, right? But when it comes to they need to set up stop losses. I've been mentioning that, right? And in this video, I probably won't mention about stop loss, because there are times when you do need stop loss, especially when you're in a pump, you want to put a stop loss, right? But right now in a dip, as I said, the market could go anyway, especially based on what BTC is doing right now. BTC is on a sideways movement. We might get a dump, we might get a pump, we don't know. Only a few days, I think just over a week remaining for BTC's halvening, the legendary halvening. What happens then is a whole different story. But looking at BTC and looking at that bull flag on the weekly, things seem to line up. We could get a massive parabola from the point when we have the halvening, or we could get a big massive dump, and that's not going to be healthy, right? I've recently had a lot of people talking to me and asking me like, okay, what do you expect the next cycle's low to be? To be honest, I don't know, right? To be honest, I don't know, right? Why I don't know? Because I don't know what the high is. This current high that we've had, the 73,700 whatever, is this the absolute high? But we don't know. Until the market is invalidated itself, we wouldn't know, right? So we can only look for support levels as we progress downwards, and we can say, well, these are the definite levels that we want to be buying. Because a lot of people are like, is it going to go back to 20K? Because if it does, tell me, I'm going to sell my house. Well, no, we did that last season. We don't do that this season, right? This season, when we get to the new all-time high, we will be able to predict how low we could potentially go. Until then, every support is a support, right? So we need to be realistic. That's the whole thing. By the way, I haven't introduced myself. My name is Sham. This is Zero X Files. The truth is always out there. Today is the 12th of April. It's a Friday, 2024. The time now is, and I'll give you the time, 4:09 p.m. right, in the United Kingdom. I know we are in the summertime. We have 1 hour plus UTC, basically, if you want to look at UTC. So that's what it is. There are things we can do, there are things we can say, but sometimes there's a particular time you need, right? I mean, especially for myself, I know a lot of people come to me and they want definite numbers. I can't do that, guys. I don't do that, right? I mean, very recently, I'm sure if you guys have watched my recent videos, I was kind of emotionally messed up because of things that were happening. But I've said to myself, I said, you know what? I'm not going to talk about those stuff on my videos again. No, it's not going to happen, right? I'd rather not do a video. If I feel kind of messed up, or just being affected in so many different ways, because there's a lot going on in my life, right? A lot of people can't even comprehend, right? You guys know that I'm a busy guy. Why am I busy? I'm busy because I have a lot of burdens I need to take care of, right? There's a lot of things on my shoulders, literally on my shoulders, right, that I need to really, really finish and get rolling. So that's why my concentration hasn't been 100% on YouTube, 100% because of few community members, kind of demoralizing me with their words and whatnot, right, and other stuff as well. But anyway, this is not that video. But yeah, I mean, if you have watched it to now, I hope the information that you have received is helpful. And if you have any requests or whatever, let me know. I'm not going to focus on, when like requests, well, oh, can you talk about this coin and that coin? No, if it's not about BTC, if it's not about Ethereum, or I should just say BTC. If it's not about BTC or the entire market, no point picking on one coin. Because I know a lot of people would come up to me and say, what do you think about this coin? What do you think about that coin? I could tell you what I think about it, but is it really relevant when the market is following BTC? It's actually not. Do you know what I mean? And this is the point I've tried to get across to so many people and say, guys, there's a time and place for everything. We don't look at fundamentals right now, you know. I mean, BTC, I am like today kind of looking at fundamentals in a bit, because I am connecting it with the halvening and XYZ, because the technical is not working. That's the truth, right? There are times when the technical just doesn't work. But as I said earlier on in the video, if you have watched it, then sometimes good things can become bad things, and sometimes bad things can become good things. But ultimately, it's all probabilistic. There is no absolute definite, especially when these candles do not exist. So I can't really tell you what's going on. But, you know, just wanted to kind of warn everybody that, guys, we are at levels where we should be pumping back up now, right? Because if we don't pump back up now, we've got some situation coming, all right? So expect the volatility. I didn't say about stop losses, but I am going to tell you, if you have not done your stop losses because you're in profit or whatever, set them up now. All right, I've mentioned this 100 times, like a freaking broken record. Set them up, and if you sold already and you're planning to get back in, this is not a financial advice, but now's the time to get back in. All right, I'm not giving you financial advice. So yeah, that's what's going to happen right now, because crypto is not a short haul thing, like, you know, oh, I'm just going to hold it for a few. No, it's a long thing. It's a journey. All right, it's a journey, and if you cannot go into this journey and, you know, focus your energy and you know, be in it for a long enough time, because you have to have a long-term prospect of it, like, you know, oh, okay, I want to be in it for a year, 2 year, 3 year, whatever you say. I want to be in it for that year. Then you will see the best gains. If you don't, you won't see those gains, right? You know, a person like me can go in front of a computer and show you a bunch of charts, but that's just going to confuse you. I'd rather tell you what I think the market's going to do. That way, at least there's no confusion in it. So repeat it, listen to it again. I just told you what's going to happen. So that's that. Or what the probabilities are, at least, right? But that's my expectations. And yeah, I'm just being hopeful. At the same time, I know there's no room for hope in this game, but right now I am quite hopeful that everything is lining up on the weekly on BTC, especially. Things should be well. So other than that, guys, I'm not going to make this video any longer. Please like, share, subscribe, and let me catch you guys on another one very soon. And as I said, if you have any requests, let me know. I don't care. I'll talk about anything, especially on the live streams. I'll definitely talk about anything. I don't care. So yeah, if you have any kind of requests, we'll talk about it. There are so many different conspiracy theories and XYZ that I also talk about as well. I have my own theories, so they're not going to be your usual conspiracy theories that you've heard from elsewhere. I don't like the established narratives. I like to come up with my own narrative. So if you're in this kind of stuff, come along, let's do it. Other than that, thank you very much. It's 13 minutes now. Like, share, subscribe. I want to catch you another one very soon. Adios.